We're starting streaming now, so just to let you know. We'll give our the listeners something to... Hello. All right. Thanks. All right, everyone. We are streaming now, video. So, welcome. Robert Gagliardi is here. He is the man, the myth, and the legend. But he's a little shy. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly and Robert Gagliardi here with you as we are getting ready for the opening kick. Now, we're almost 3 minutes away from kickoff, but Kelly Walsh just got on the field, and now they're getting ready to do the national anthem, but the clock on the board says 8 minutes. That would put kickoff at 7:06, but they're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we'll take a timeout, come back with starting lineups and opening kick after this. You are listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC.
Starting offense for the Kelly Walsh Trojans, that left tackle, number 76, Cameron Mellon. Left guard, number 56, Chad Pila. At center, number 72, Jesus O'Brien. At right guard, number 66, Gatlin Edwards. At right tackle, number 77, Connor Schock. At tight end, number 84, Bastian Hansen. Wide receiver, number 1, Tyler Whiteley. At wide receiver, number 11, Javon Davis. Tailback, number 24, Spencer Wilson. H-back, number 7, Davian McAdam. And quarterback, number 2, Sage Coventry. And starting defense.
Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly and Robert Gagliardi here with you. Starting laps. Looks like we're going to start about 5 minutes later. So as the starting lineups going on right now. Central won the toss and deferred till the second half, so let's run down your starting lineups. First for the Kelly Walsh offense, down a couple of starters. At left tackle, a 6'5", 310-pound senior, Cameron Mellon. Left guard, 6'2", 250-pound senior, Chad Bila. At center, a 5'10", 205-pound junior, Jesus O'Brien. At right guard, a 6'2", 205-pound junior, Gatlin Edwards. And at right tackle, a 6'6", 250-pound senior, Connor Shop. The tight end is a 6'6", 215-pound junior, Bastian Hansen. Wide receiver, a 5'11", 165-pound senior, Tyler Whitley. And a 5'11", 170-pound junior, Javon Davis. At tailback, a 6', 200-pound senior, Spencer Wilson. And the halfback is a 6'1", 195-pound senior, Davion McAdam. And the quarterback, 6'4", 180-pound senior, Sage Coventry. Head coach is John Vance. The Trojans 2-3 on the season. For Central along the defensive line, at defensive end, a 6'2", 182-pound junior, Tanner Bullock. At tackle, a 5'8", 165-pound sophomore, Nathan Lundberg. The other tackle, a 6'3", 300-pound sophomore, Joseph Davis. And at other defensive end, a 5'11", 214-pound senior, Val Hurd. At strong side linebacker, a 6', 208-pound senior, Tanner Martin. Middle linebacker, a 6', 200-pound senior, Matt Millen. And at weak side linebacker, a 5'10", 160-pound senior, Jackson Thomas. At corner, a 6', 153-pound freshman, Nathaniel Talich. The other corner, a 6', 160-pound sophomore, that is Andrew Johnson. Your strong safety, a 5'10", 163-pound sophomore, Carter Levados. And at free safety, a 6'3", 160-pound senior, Blaine Dilly. Head coach is Mike Apodaca. He is in his first year at his alma mater, and the Indians are 1-4 on the season. A couple other scores in 4A to pass along to you. Number 2 East leading number 5 Laramie across town 21-7 right now in the second quarter. They're also in the second quarter. 4th ranked Sheridan blitzing South 35-0. And in 1A, the 1-2 showdown, number 1 Bighorn leading at Pine 28-0 right now. A little rough, Gags.
A little rough. Pine Bluff's been on the roll, hadn't a lot of point. Well, that streak's over, but still some football left to be played over there.
All right, we are about ready for action here. This is 97.5 FM and AM 1240, KFBC, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Keith Kelly, Robert Gagliardi here with you on a dreary Friday night. Only 39 degrees, Gags, at kickoff.
Well, it does feel like football weather, and that's good and fine. A little early for this kind of football weather.
Come on, no way.
And you're wearing shorts, so you're
we're indoors.
You're a lot braver than me.
I knew we were indoors.
Okay.
Set to kick it is going to be Reese Rubin from right to left as you watch on our YouTube channel. All right, so about 5 minutes late getting kicked off. I blame whoever was operating the clock, set the clock before the game.
Got to work on that.
Back deep to receive. Kelly Walsh. Rubin, short kick, is going to be taken by one of the upbacks, bobbled it, and then just coming to the ground and piling on top of it. I think that was Ben Ridgway for the Trojans that came up with it. And Kelly Walsh will have the football 1st and 10 back at their own 23-yard line.
Not sure if that was planned by Central to do that short kickoff and get down on coverage, but it certainly worked out for him, and could have been really good field position for Kelly Walsh, but not. See if Central can dig in here defensively on this first series.
Well, here come the Trojans, minus Matt Hayes at quarterback, minus Brock Spiegelberg, their talented running back. Coventry will hand it off right up the gut, off the right side, getting across the 25-yard line to the 27 was Davion McAdam, I believe. 3 yards on first down. Or was that Spencer Wilson? Kind of tough for me to see up here. Might have been Wilson getting the carry. 1 receiver split out to each side. Coventry with McAdam and Wilson behind him. 2nd down and 7. Dropping back to pass, Coventry now going to tuck it under and run. He'll get it across the 30 to the 32. That is a gain of 6 for Sage Coventry. It'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Trojans.
Boy, he had really good protection, but Coventry just didn't. Good coverage by Central. Coventry saw lane and almost got that first down.
So 3rd and 2 for Kelly Walsh at their own 32-yard line. Fake the handoff. Nope, they're going to give it to Wilson. Cutting up. He's got a big hole. Got the first down across the 40. Midfield. He's down to the 40-yard line of Central. Forced out of bounds finally by Andrew Johnson. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line of the Indians. Spencer Wilson takes it from the 32 to the 23. That's a gain of 45 yards for Spencer Wilson.
And you know, that it was a zone read play, kind of, you know, and they just read it because Central didn't get a good push up front. And once Wilson got the ball, he was able to get to the edge. It was kind of a slow developing play. Then Wilson turned on the jets and had a big gain down and deep in Central territory.
So 1st and 10. May not matter who's back there at running back. Coventry with McAdam to his left on 1st and 10. Coventry just going to run just a quarterback sweep, trying to get to the edge, splits a tackle, and he's going to be stuffed at the 20-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Sage Coventry, but he ran a long ways to get that 3 yards.
Ran a long ways to get 3 yards and also left his feet and got drilled pretty good. You know, we saw Josh Allen kind of hurdle the Minnesota Vikings defender. He might be able to get away with that once in a while, but if I'm Coventry and as the backup quarterback, if I'm John Vance, the Kelly Walsh head coach, I might tell my quarterback to keep his feet.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Carter Labatos laying that hit. Coventry with McAdam to his right, one back behind him. Fake the hand up. No, it is going right up the gut, and not a lot there. In fact, no gain for the Trojans back.
Boy, that was Wilson.
Spencer Wilson, no gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Actually, check that. That was Cole Kraus. No gain. Bring up 3rd and 7 at the 20-yard line. Nate Lundberg with the stop. 9:20 to play here in this first quarter. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Kraus behind Coventry. Looking to pass. Looking over the middle into the end zone, and it is over the head of the intended receiver, Javon Davis. Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down for the Trojans, and out comes the field goal unit for Kelly Walsh.
You know, good pass coverage, or, you know, in the secondary for Central. There was a little window there for Davis, but Coventry just kind of airmailed that one.
The lefty, Victor Valeskog. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Valeskog will attempt what looks to be a 38-yard field goal. Wind is blowing across the field. It's near the left hash, 38-yard field goal, and jumping off sides on the left side of the line. Instead of 4th and 7, it's going to make it 4th and 2, Central into the neutral zone.
This may make a little, now John Vance for Kelly Walsh, the head coach, has a decision to make, because now it's 3rd and 2, deep in. Do you go for it here? 3rd and 7, probably not. 3rd and 2. Maybe you rethink it.
Well, they leave the field goal unit out as it takes it up to the 15. Ball more in the middle of the field now. It'll be a 32-yard field goal for Valeskog. Good snap. Hold is down. The kick is up, and it's long enough, and it is wide left. Missed field goal for the Kelly Walsh kicker. I'm trying to see if that's 79 or 78. That's 79. That is, as I said, Victor Valeskog. And that'll be 1st and 10 as they will change. On the change of possession, the Indians will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 9:01 left to play here in the first quarter. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. So here comes Central on their first possession. Dawson McCleary And they're going to load up the left side with 3 wide receivers. Kobe Goosen to his right, 1 receiver over to the right side, handed off right up the gut. That is Goosen. Goosen spinning his way forward across the 25 to the 28-yard line. 8 yards for Kobe Goosen, and Central comes into the game. Not a very good running team, just about 68 yards a game, and they're going to go fast. 2nd down and 2 at the 28.
Boy, you know, you're on a night like this, Keith. I know Central likes to throw the ball, and I don't think they'll, go away from that. But if they can run the ball tonight, that's going to open so many more things up for them.
Goosen again across the 30, spins his way down again. He'll have the first down up near the 40-yard line. Kobe Goosen, gain of 11.
Kobe Goosen with the first down for the Indians.
And I tell you what, you're exactly right, Gags. If Central can run the football, which is something they haven't done all year, this would be huge for them. Now they bring Brady Storbo up into his more traditional H-back spot. He's in motion. Goosen behind McCleary. Handed off to Goosen. Another big hole across the 40. Fights his way forward close to the 45 before he's pushed back. 6, close to 7 yards for Goosen on first down.
Number 30, Kobe Goosen with the carry. Tackled by 27, Cole Krause.
Cole Krause with the stop. They are going to give him the 46, so it's a gain of 7 yards for Goosen. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from their own 46 for the Indians. Movement up front, and that'll give Central a first down. So the penalty on Kelly Walsh will push it up over midfield. 1st and 10 Indians at the Kelly Walsh 49. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Ball at the KW 49-yard line. Kelly Walsh in their visiting white uniforms with the Kelly green pants and numbers. Central black tops, red around the shoulder pads, and red pants. Nico Vite in the slot, Brady Storbo. Andrew Johnson, Vite in motion from left to right. They're going to drop McCleary back to pass. McCleary looking deep down the field. He's got Blaine Dilly out there. He was open, and it's going to be just a little long. Incomplete pass. Central, one of the better passing teams in terms of yardage in the state this season.
Vite looked like he was confused on the play of what exactly he was supposed to do. Went in motion, but Dilly just ran down the sideline, Keith, and it was wide open, and McCleary just overshot him.
Clock stops with 7:43 here to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for Central at the Trojans' 49-yard line. Goosen is behind McCleary. 3 wide to the left side. Goosen takes the handoff. Goosen, not as much running room. Pyle pushes forward for 3 for Kobe Goosen. 3rd down, first 3rd down of the night for the Indians.
Number 30, Kobe Goosen with the carry. Brought down by number 52, Gavin Thomas.
So 3rd down, 7. Just short of the 45-yard line. McCleary in the shotgun. Changing the play as he looks to the sideline. 2 wide to each side for Central. Dropping back to pass. McCleary looking over the middle. He's got a man there off his fingertips. That was intended for Blaine Dilly. And it's 4th down for the Indians at the Kelly Walsh 45.
Yeah, Dilly open, just around a little quick route there. Had him open, just kind of put a little too much mustard on that one. And now let's see, Central looks like it's going to punt, see if they can pin Kelly Walsh deep in its own territory.
Nico Vite back deep to kick for Central. Kelly Walsh is the guy back at the 10. Not a great snap, end over end kick that's going to hit at about the 25 and take a Central bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, now inside the 10-yard line for the Indians, who will mark it down at the 7. 6:52 left to play in this first quarter. We've got no score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Kelly Walsh has it 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. So Not a great snap, but it worked out well for Vitae on that punt.
Worked out well, you know, almost near disaster because the wet field, that could have been disastrous for Central, but Vitae kept his composure, kind of rushed the punt, but got the roll and good coverage downfield by Central to get down there and make sure the Kelly Walsh guys couldn't, you know, get the ball and return it. So see if Central can take advantage of a good punt and pin Kelly Walsh back even more.
Wilson and McAdam in the backfield with Coventry. They're going to give it to McAdam, trying to get to the edge. He sheds off one tackle, but he's going to be brought down. Tanner Bullock from his defensive end spot, dragging him down after a 3-yard gain for McAdam. Second down and 7 from their own 10. Late checking in for Kelly Walsh, Jaden Simmons. They don't throw it a lot, especially without their starting quarterback. We go 2 wide to the left side, 1 to the right. Single back behind Coventry. And Coventry dropping back to pass. A little quick out. It is caught by Whiteley. Whiteley makes a man miss at the 20. First down for the Trojans on the near side. As he gets up near the 25-yard line, now they'll stop the clock to move the chains. And a nice gain from the 10 up to about the 24-yard line. First down.
Just a simple out pattern. You know, the Central was playing really, really soft there, and just a simple pitch and catch there. That might be there all night for Kelly Walsh if Central doesn't tighten up a little bit.
Especially no Brock Spiegelberg. If you're just joining us, no Brock Spiegelberg for the Trojans. No Matt Hayes. Under 6 to go. Handed off to Wilson. Tries to cut it back up, and then he is pushed back for a loss. Good Central defense. That was a play that went for big yards on the Kelly Walsh first possession, but Wilson pushed back a yard. Loss of 1 back to the 23.
That's kind of between. That's loss of a half yard. Technically, it's no gain, though.
Right. So it'll be second down. Thought maybe a generous spot there. Looked like he didn't even get close to the line of scrimmage. So second down, we'll call it 10. Pitch it out to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the edge left side. He ducks under a tackle, and we'll take it up close to the 30-yard line. Where are they going to mark him down? Oh, they're going to mark him down back at the 27 where his knee went down. So a pickup of 3 for Spencer Wilson. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Trojans at their own 27-yard line with 4:45 to play here in the first quarter.
Wilson did a good job there. Central had that strung out, but he made a really nice cut to get the yardage that he did, but Central strung that out. But now 3rd and 7, this is, if you're Central, this is where you got to get the defense off the field.
Coventry in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Coventry looking over the middle. He's got a man there. It's caught by McAdam. McAdam fighting forward. He's going to be close to the first down. A flag comes in as he's down at the 36. Looks like it will be enough for a first down as a gain of 9. But we'll check out the flag. McAdam made the catch. We'll have to check out this flag. It was behind the play. As the officials sort things out. Clock stopped with 4:24 to go here in the first quarter.
Fast block in the back on the offense. It's a front foul. 10 yards.
So the officials talking it over now.
Well, it should be a gain of 8, or like you said, Keith, 8 or 9 yards on the pass play, but they said it's a spot foul, so we got to see where they're going to mark this off from.
The flag's at the 37, 38-yard line.
The penalty's on the defense. It's a defensive hold.
Oh, now they're changing the call. It's a defensive holding call on Central.
So the play will stand to McAdam, his first catch, and then the penalty will tack on. Are they going to add on to that? Still trying to get it sorted out.
You can add on to it. I mean, you either accept the penalty or you decline it because they got the first down with the play. So I don't know if these officials know what they're doing right now, at least with this call. I mean,
yeah, it's a first down. Know that. And now they put.
Enforcement for the free yards. Brings up first down.
So they took the penalty.
From the previous spot, so wipe out the play.
Wipe out the play, so that doesn't count.
And a 10-yard penalty pushes it up to the 37-yard line, so it's a first down that way. All right. Coventry will hand it off. Wilson cuts it back across the 40 to the 43. 6 yards for Spencer Wilson, who's playing the role of Brock Spiegelberg tonight.
Spencer Wilson carries for the Trojans.
Second down and 4 coming up for Kelly Walsh from their own 43-yard line. A fast-moving first quarter.
Yeah, but unofficially, he's not doing too bad a job. Wilson, 4 carries, 54 yards, that long of 45 on his first carry of the game. So not doing a bad job so far.
Second down and 4 for the Trojans from their own 43-yard line. Fake the give. Coventry's going to keep it himself, and Central doing a good job of converging on defense on the zone read. They weren't fooled. Tanner Bullock getting the stop, as well as Jackson Thomas. Only a yard for the quarterback save Coventry. Third down coming up for Kelly Walsh. 3rd and 4 as we approach 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Coventry. Shotgun snap. 2 wide to the left side and jumping.
False start.
That is Bastian Hansen. So we get the call.
Dead ball. Full start on the offense.
At East last week, the last 2 weeks we did games, they were announcing numbers in high school. You never see that or hear that.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks there, they did numbers. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Clock running, 2.5 minutes to play. First quarter. They're going to roll Coventry out all the way to the left side. Coventry looking to pass. He's got a man there. It is caught, then dropped at midfield by McAdam. And it will be 4th down for the Trojans, and they will have to punt the football away as the clock stops with 2:30 to play here in this first quarter.
That's a tough play for any quarterback, but that, again, this is Kelly Walsh's backup quarterback. He's right-handed, and he's rolling to his left. Now, it was the strong side of the field, so there was a lot of room to run there, but you're kind of throwing across your body a little bit. That's just a very tough play for any high school quarterback to make, let alone the backup in this game.
Javon Davis on to punt. Standing at his 20, Nico Vite back deep to receive. It'll be a short kick that hits at the 40 and will take a Kelly Walsh bounce inside the 30, inside the 25, and picked up at about the 21-yard line. So a good kick by Javon Davis. And with 2:22 left to play in the first quarter, is no score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard between Central and Kelly Walsh. Central will have their first possession of the football, or their second possession of the football game.
See if Central they got the run game going early on in their first possession. See if they can get that going again. I know they want to throw the ball, and I'm sure we'll see some, but that run game could be, Dawson McCleary's best friend here tonight as this game progresses.
Wind is really blowing that mister out. Ball's on the turf. McCleary picks it up, and he'll be driven back as he will lose a couple. It was 1st and 10 at the 22, and he'll lose 2 back to the 20-yard line as he and Kobe Goosen had a little miscue on the exchange. Central will go fast. Goosen behind McCleary on 2nd down and 12 from their own 20-yard line. Handed off Goosen this time. Not much there. He gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. Just a couple for Kobe Goosen. It's 3rd and long now for the Indians.
Well, credit Kelly Walsh. They made some adjustments coming off after that first series, and even at the end of the first one when Central was running the ball so well, now forces Central into 3rd and long deep in its own territory.
McCleary with Goosen behind him. 3 wide receivers to the left side for Central. It's McCleary looking to pass, changing the play, clock running. Under 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Goosen Now to the right of McCleary, dropping back to pass, pressure, looking deep down the field. He's got Dilly there. Dilly makes the catch in Kelly Walsh territory at the 40-yard line. A huge gain for the Indians and a big first down.
Wow, that was just a great play and great job by Dilly. You know, Kelly Walsh thinks it was incomplete, but the referee's calling that the ball came loose after he hit the ground. But great throw, great catch, great concentration on all counts there for Cheyenne Central.
38 yards. I was going to say Central hurrying up to the line for before they look at the replay. Ball at the Kelly Walsh 40-yard line. McCleary. Goosen now to his left. 1st and 10, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Give it to Goosen. Goosen straight up the middle. Piles pushing forward, still on his feet, and they're going to give him 2, maybe 3, depending on which spot they use, the near side or the far side official. Couple yards, that's it for Goosen.
I'll give Goosen some credit, just kept the legs churning. Wasn't much there, but you know what, just kept them churning and churning. And tell you what, those are not maybe getting big gains now, but again, it's going to set something big up for Central here down the road.
Central keeps this one on the ground. Could be the final play of this first quarter as McCleary working with 3 wide receivers to the left side, a single wide out to the far side. Goosen behind McCleary, 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Play clock winding down. McCleary looking to pass. He's looking deep down the field to the far side. I believe that is Dilly, and it's going to be incomplete. Knocked away on that far side, I believe, by Tyler Whiteley. Good play by the defender, the cornerback.
Yeah, Wiley was right with Dilly. There wasn't much of a window there, but Wiley was what he did so well, Keith, was he looked up at the ball and just batted it off. It was an easy play to make, but you so often see defensive backs don't turn and play the ball. Wiley, that was textbook right there.
3rd and 8 from the Kelly Walsh 38 for the Indians. 8 seconds to go. Could be the final play of this first quarter. Central taking some shots deep down the field. Blaine Dilly alone on the right side. Goosen to the left of McCleary. McCleary dropping it back to pass. Looking over the middle. It is caught, and Nico Vite, dropped. Davion McAdam with the big stick. Vite couldn't hang on. And it's 4th down for Central at the Kelly Walsh 38 with 4 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard.
And looks like Central's going for it here.
Liking the way their defense is playing. This should be the final play of the first quarter. Vite is the punter for the Indians. I've seen McCleary punt the ball away in this situation as well, but it's 4th and 8. And it looks like Central wants to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. No score, 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Fast moving. Fast moving. I always forget my mic's on. Dang it. Back here at Risky Field, should be the final play of this first quarter. Keith Kelly, Robert Gagliardi here with you. No score between Central and Kelly Walsh on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Central, before the timeout, was going to go for it, and the offense remains on the field. So we'll see what Mike Apodaca has in store on 4th and 8 for the Indians. Trips to the left side, 1 receiver to the far side, Goosen to the left of McCleary on 4th and 8. They're going to roll McCleary out all the way to the near side. McCleary looking, he's got a man there. It is caught, and a first down. That's Ty Langley. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18, 17-yard line. 17-yard line is where they're marked it. That is a pickup of 21 yards at the end of the first quarter. No score on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Central converts on 4th down. We will take a 60-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field as we start the second quarter of play. It is no score between Central and Kelly Walsh as we Central converted on 4th and 8 for 21 yards. Dawson McCleary to Ty Langley. They have it 1st and 10. Little pop out. That's going to be a pass to Vite. Vite at the 10. Vite at the 5. Vite forced out of bounds inside the 5. But we've seen that play becoming more popular where the quarterback just tossed a little touch pass to the wide receiver coming across, Gags. It's technically a pass. We got a flag down, though.
I think it's coming back.
So wipe out the play, most likely. Flag.
Just holding on the offense. Spot foul, 10 yards. Keep it down on first down.
It'll go from the 13 to the 23. 10-yard penalty on the Indians. Their third penalty for 25 yards.
Still gets 4 yards out of it, right? It was a spot foul.
But the down didn't count, so that's. I don't think that counts as a play. I don't know.
Well, it can't because it's a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st and 15.
Right.
So I think he gets 4 yards and then the penalty.
1st and 16. Fake the handoff over the middle. It's Storbo. Storbo makes a man miss. Storbo into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Indians are on the board from 23 yards out. Dawson McCleary hits Brady Storbo, his first touchdown of his career here at Central, and a big one. And the Indians are up 6-0 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard.
Just a good play, well designed. Storbo really practically could have walked into the end zone on that one.
So on to kick the extra point for the Indians. The hold by Talich. $6-0 Indians early on here in the second quarter as they are on the board first. A little bit of a high snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 11:51 to play here in this second quarter, it is Central 7, Kelly Walsh nothing on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. The extra point by Nico Vite. 23 yards, Dawson McCleary to Brady Storbo. His first catch of the game and first touchdown of the season. And the Indians have a lead, 7-0. Davion McAdam and Tyler Whiteley back deep to receive the kick from Reese Rubin. Keith Kelly, Robert Gagliardi here with you. By the way, Gags, you had a golden opportunity to use your line on that Storbo touchdown.
I'll use it later. I didn't want to use all the good stuff too early.
I just want to make sure. Rubin. It is a low liner that is going to be taken by McAdam back inside the 20-yard line. And he picked it up with his knee on the ground, didn't he?
His knee was on the ground when he picked it up. I mean, these kickoffs aren't really pretty for Central, but they're very effective thus far.
By design right now. Well, if you can't kick it into the end zone, next best thing is a squibber and force the other guy to put a knee down. Back at the 18-yard line, 19-yard line, 1st and 10, Kelly Walsh. Wind is blowing pretty hard here, making it even colder. You can see the flags just past the east end zone. They are really whipping around from right to left out of the southeast. It'll be 1st and 10, Kelly Walsh back at the 19-yard line. Coventry hands it off to Wilson. Nope, he's going to keep it himself, and there's not a lot of room. He may get up to the 20, and he is driven back. About a yard for Sage Coventry. That is it. They held on that zone read, that read option for a long time. till he finally had to make a decision. (7-0) Central. Scoring on the second play of the second quarter after converting on a 4th down. Sage Coventry with 2 wide receivers to each side, 1 back in the backfield with him. Handed up, nope, fake it. Coventry is going to be pressured, and he is going to be dropped. Coventry sacked back inside the 15-yard line. And for Central, I believe that might be Val Hurd getting in there with the stop, or was it?
Number 58, Val Hurd.
Yep, Val Hurd with the sack back at the 13-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 16 for the Trojans. They're taking some time here as we approach 10:20 to play in the second quarter. Coventry with 1 wide out to each side. They're going to roll him out near side. Coventry looking to pass, got a man downfield, and it's going to be knocked away at the 1st down marker. Carter Labatos, Andrew Johnson around there. Pass was intended for Tyler Whiteley, and it was incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Great convergence, you know. Coventry rolled out, but the Central defenders read it really well, and you know, Johnson the defensive back closed on that really well. It actually should have been picked off, maybe.
Davis on to punt this one up in the air. He's got the wind behind him, and it takes Nico Vite all the way back to his 45-yard line. He's got some room on the near side, and he will go out of bounds at about the 47. And it will be 1st and 10 Central, out of bounds at the 46. Great field position right there at their 46-yard line with 9:53 to play here in the first quarter, leading 7-0. Keep you up to date with scores going on. The Colorado Rockies, with a win tonight, would get into the postseason, would clinch a playoff spot.
On the play is on the kicking team. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal formation.
Okay. And what are they going to do with it?
I'm Central. I decline this and take the field position. I take it where you're at right now.
Washington leading the Rockies 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Illegal formation on the kicking team. Only 6 on the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. Results in a 1st down. Shine Central.
Absolutely. You decline that. Well, they moved it back to the initial spot was the 46. Now they put it back at the 47. East leading Laramie 21-14 right now as they're in the 3rd quarter. So McCleary, 2 backs in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Lundberg, first man through, and he will power his way to midfield and beyond at the 49-yard line. A gain of 4 for Nathan Lundberg on his first carry of the evening. As Central leads this one 7-0. They won't huddle, will the Indians? As looking to pass is McCleary. It's caught by Dilly. Dilly down to the 40-yard line of Kelly Walsh, and a 1st down for the Indians, a pickup of 9.
I think McCleary kind of starting to get into a rhythm, completed his last 4 passes so far, 95 yards passing unofficially, and 1 touchdown for McCleary.
1st and 10, Cole Kraus with the stop. Ball at the 40 of Kelly Walsh as Central in a bit of a groove. 3 wide to the left side. Goosen takes the handoff right up the middle. Goosen had a hole. It closed quickly after he picked up 3 yards.
Yeah, it looked like he might break that one deep, but then, you know, I'm not sure if he ran out a little bit of gas or if Kelly Walsh just converged on that really fast.
So 2nd down and 7 for Central at the Kelly Walsh 37. Goosen to the left of McCleary, looks to the sideline to get the play. Clock under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now Goosen to the right of McCleary. Dropping back to pass, will slip one out. It's caught by Langley, and he is going to get nowhere as Ty Langley will lose a yard back to the 38 on that pass attempt.
Yeah, McCleary kind of looked off to the right thinking that maybe the Kelly Walsh defenders would forget about Langley, but they didn't. Did a very good job of staying home and staying on their man and to force that play for a loss.
3rd and 8. They've got to get up to the KW 30-yard line. Saw him, this exact situation on the other side of the field. Go for it on 4th down right here. Trips to the right side. Dilly, Vite, Storbo. Langley off to the left. Goosen, the running back. Dropping back to pass is McCleary. Pump fake, now flushed out of the pocket on the near side. McCleary lets it fly. He's got a man there. It is Dilly or Vite.
Oh, that's an easy call right there. That's pass interference. I mean, Whitley just didn't turn around and basically tackled Dilly in the end zone. I mean, I think even a 5-year-old could have made that pass interference call.
So that's going to be a penalty on Kelly Walsh in the end zone. It'll be pass interference on the Trojans. Well, two Central Indians were there. The pass was intended for Dilly, who had a step, but Vite came in late. So the 15-yard penalty will push the ball to the 23-yard line of Kelly Walsh. And right now, like you said, getting in a bit of a groove is Dawson McCleary. 1st and 10 Indians. Clock stops with 7:51 to go. Second quarter. They lead at 7-0. Out of the pistol with Storbo to the left of McCleary. Goosen behind McCleary. And they're going to pitch it out to Goosen. Goosen looking to get to the edge. He lowers the shoulder and he fights forward inside the 20-yard line where he's eventually knocked out of bounds at the 18 or 19. It is a long ways away. It's Kevin Anderson with the stop. That's a pickup of close to 5 for Goosen. Again, it's hard to see on the far side of the field. 2nd down and 5. Call it the 18-yard line of Kelly Walsh. McCleary looks to the sideline. Goosen to his right. Handed off to Goosen. Nope. A little screen to Dilly, and not much there for Blaine Dilly up to the 16, a couple yards. Davion McAdam with the stop. That is it for Dilly. His 3rd catch of the evening. Another 3rd down coming up. 3rd. 3rd and 3. Ball at the 16. McCleary passes near side. It's caught. 1st down for the Indians inside the 10-yard line. Easy pitch and catch down to the 8. 8-yard pickup to Dilly. Whiteley with the stop, but it is 1st and goal Central. Clock will run as we approach 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Central looking to tack on another touchdown, out of the pistol. McCleary hands it off to Goosen. Goosen just runs right to the pile, but Central's getting a good push, Gags. He got 2 yards when there was nothing there.
He kept the legs churning, but if that was a zone read, if McCleary takes that, he walks into the end zone. But still, good effort by Goosen to get a couple yards and that massive humanity there.
2nd and goal at the 6 for the Indians as they go no huddle. McCleary. Shotgun, and a flag flies.
One of the Central outside receivers moved. In fact, I think it might have been Vitek. It looks like he's going off to the sideline or trying to plead his case to his coach. I think that's Vitek. It's hard to see the number.
On the offense, false start. 5 yards.
Oh, maybe. No, it's not Vitek. I'm sorry.
Ty Langley was over there.
Yeah.
4th penalty on Central for 30 yards. They'll be moved back to the 11-yard line where it will be 2nd and goal. Clock running. McCleary with Goosen behind him. They're going to roll McCleary out to the left side. McCleary going to take it and run to that far side, and he is tripped up right around the 10-yard line. Not sure, Robert, if that was a designed quarterback keeper, but it only got a yard, and McCleary comes up a little gimpy.
A little shaken up. I think it was because it looked like he was taken off right away, but, man, the defender closed on him fast. And I'm not sure if Dawson McCleary, not that he's not a good athlete or doesn't have some wheels, but that kind of speed that Kelly Walsh showed on the edge, I don't know if he'll be running that too much more tonight.
So 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line, halfway through this second quarter. 2 wide receivers to each side, with McCleary looking to the far side sideline. Fake the handoff. Nope, right up the gut. Goosen into the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown! On 3rd and goal from the 10, Kobe Goosen from 10 yards out. And Robert, the first rushing touchdown of the year for the Central Indians, coming in the 6th game as Kobe Goosen rumbles in from 10 yards out.
Wow, and that was just right up the middle. I mean, that's almost like an option fullback dive play, and it was wide open. The line blocked it well, and Goosen hit the hole, and no one made contact with him until he crossed the plane of the goal line.
13-0 with the extra point to come by Nico Vite. Nathaniel Talich, the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 5:42 left to play in the first half, it is now Central 14, Kelly Walsh nothing on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the prep game of the week here on KFBC. Yeah, that was their first rushing touchdown of the season. A 10-yard touchdown run by Kobe Goosen, his first touchdown of the season and Central's first rushing touchdown this year, has given the Indians a 14-0 lead over Kelly Walsh on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. East and Laramie still 21-14 Thunderbirds in the third quarter. South on the board against Sheridan 49-6 though in the third quarter. Reese Rubin, a low liner, and again McAdam on a knee takes the kick at the 22-yard line. He had to go down to a knee and make the grab. That's the second straight time on a low liner, and Kelly Walsh will have the football.
Kelly
first
Walsh
and 10.
can't figure it out, but it looked like, though, McAdam, he went to a knee, but it looked like when he picked up the ball, he was on his feet. The knee wasn't down, and that's what McAdam was upset about. But nonetheless, the officials called it down, and those low-line drives, Central's making it work right now.
Bottom of the 5th, Rockies trailing the Nationals 2-1. Colorado, Kyle Freeland, the hometown kid, has a chance to send the Rockies to the postseason for the first time since last year. I thought I was going to be clever there, and I forgot they went to the playoffs last year. I blew that one, didn't I?
Well, first time in a year. That's accurate.
Sage Coventry looking to pass far side over the head of the intended receiver, Tyler Whiteley. Davion McAdams said, hey, I'm wide open down the seam. 2nd and 10. Number 1 Thunder Basin leading at 3rd-ranked Natrona right now, 7-6. A lot of people thought that was going to be a 1-2 showdown, but East spoiled that with their win over Natrona last week. I'm watching the Kelly Walsh kicker, Victor Velasquez. He's just jogging up and down the field on the sideline.
Trying to stay warm, man.
Central showing blitz, and a flag comes in. I don't know if they jumped off into the neutral zone or if Kelly Walsh moved up front. But we'll find out soon enough. This one's going against the Indians. They were showing blitz. They were bringing the house.
Good ball. Grossman on the defense, 5 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 now.
Boy, if you're Central right now, you kind of have Kelly Walsh, you have him down. You force an incomplete. You don't want to make mistakes like that and give the Trojans any life or any chance of getting some momentum back here.
Coventry hands it off. Nope, he's going to keep it himself, and he's not going anywhere as the ball pushed up to the 28-yard line. No gain for Coventry. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 28. The Central defense playing good, but you got to wonder with Brock Spiegelberg in the game how different this Kelly Walsh offense looks when you lose nearly 1,000 yards rushing in 5 games.
Well, it might be a little different, but that's not bothering Mike Apodaca or the Indians right now. They're just fine the way things are.
Under 5 to go here in the second quarter, 14-0. Central leading on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. 3rd and 5 from their own 28 for the Trojans. Coventry, straight drop back, being pressured. Flares one out, and it is over the head of Davion McAdam. And right now, this Kelly Walsh offense is all out of sorts, and they're going to have to punt the football away.
Coventry just won a 6 for 14 yards, Keith, and they had McAdam. It was a well-designed play, and kind of Central, I don't know if they fell asleep on it, but he was wide open, and if he catches that in stride, he still might be running, but just couldn't connect. And you're right, the Central, doing large part of the Central defense, the Trojans just out of sorts offensively. It
was a tough pass, but one he feels like he should have completed. Javon Davis gets a good snap, end-over-end kick that is going to be angled away from Nico Vite on the far side of the field. Out of bounds.
Oh, it did go out of bounds. The referee's making his walk up. Still walking.
At the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 Indians at the 38, 4:41 left to go here in the second quarter with Central leading Kelly Walsh 14-0 up on that Terrell Auto Center scoreboard.
Well, and we've seen this a little bit before. Saw it from Central last week. I mean, we're not quite at halftime, but Central's up 19-0 at halftime against Laramie last week. Couldn't hold on. Let's see. Look, they got the momentum. They got good field position. If you're Central, you got to keep the pedal down here. You got to keep pushing it.
That wind is really blowing and making it cold out there. 2 Kelly Walsh flags on this side of the field. We've got dueling flags, KW flags.
There you go.
1st and 10 from their own 38. Out of the pistol, McCleary, straight up handoff. It's going to be to Goosen. He'll get up near the 40. Did the ball come out, or was he still on his feet? Looked like he got drilled and then may have stayed on his feet for a couple.
Well, I thought at first the ball came out, but I think he kind of bounced off and stayed on his feet. I mean, the 10-yard touchdown run was impressive, but Goosen runs hard, and he's kind of taking the punishment to the Kelly Walsh defense right now.
2nd down and 8 from their own 40. Trips to the right side, which is the wide side of the field. McCleary in the shotgun with Goosen to his left. Changing the play, Dilly scoots over from his wide receiver spot on the right side. McCleary looking to pass, quick out, and it's thrown behind Blaine Dilly. The coverage getting over there late by Anderson of Kelly Walsh. It falls incomplete. That was 6 straight completions before that incompletion for McCleary.
Yeah, before that, McCleary was in a pretty good rhythm. That, you're right, he just threw it behind him, and the defender had good coverage. That really wasn't, that play just didn't have a whole lot of promise to it.
Throwing into that wind all the way across the field may have had something to do with it. Clock stopped, just under 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. 14-0 Central leads. It is 3rd and 8 from their own 40 as McCleary hand signals to the rest of the wideouts. Goosen to the right, and a timeout going to be taken by Central with 3:57 to play here until halftime. Central leading Kelly Walsh by 2 scores. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Temperature of 38 degrees here this evening. Fog, mist, wind. Feels like 27 outside here on September 28th.
Not supposed to feel quite like this this early.
They had snow up in Sheridan in that area when they woke up this morning, so consider ourselves lucky. 3rd down and 8 for the Indians out of the timeout. They have 1 remaining. Ball placed at their own 40-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Goosen scoots up. He's to the right of McCleary. McCleary going to roll out to the near side. McCleary being pressured. McCleary passes it off, and it's intended for Nico Vite over his head and out of bounds, falls incomplete. Nico Vite, one of the leading receivers in the state, came in with 31 grabs this year and 5 touchdowns for nearly 450 yards. No catches so far tonight. Kelly Walsh doing a good job on him, but that's left Blaine Dilly, Ty Langley open, and Brady Storbo. Javon Davis is back deep to receive the punt from Nico Vite. He's right around his own 25-yard line. Punting into the wind. Davis around his 25. Good snap. Vite, rugby-style kick. Low liner, hits at the 35, right to Davis. He's across the 35, now at the 40. Backs up, and near side, taking Central players with him up near midfield. And Kelly Walsh might have a little bit of momentum, Robert, as they have it 1st and 10. Right at the midfield stripe with 3:38 to play here in the second quarter, trailing 14-0.
Yeah, maybe was the one thing Kelly Walsh needed. I mean, the way Central's been playing in this second quarter, it's been all Indians, but now it's still just 2 scores. Get the ball at midfield, give your offense some field position, see what the Trojans can do with it here. Matt
Millen forced him out of bounds at the 50-yard line. So here come the Trojans, 1st and 10. 2 backs with Coventry. And they're going to flare one out to McAdam. McAdam has a step, and he's going to be brought down at the 47-yard line of Central. I think that was a lateral, so that's probably a run, don't you think?
Boy, it was close. It looked like a lateral to me. What do you say? Should we make it a run?
I'm going to make it a run. From my angle, I'm right at the 50. It was backwards.
Go with that.
2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain to Davion McAdam. Carter Lobatos with the stop. 1 wide receiver goes to each side. Coventry in the gun. Wilson next to him. Looked like one of the Trojans. That's Whiteley. Tyler Whiteley left early.
Yeah, he must not have heard the snap count or thought it was a little sooner, because he was 2-3 yards downfield before the ball was snapped.
On the offense, false start, 5 yards for your spot.
So penalties are hurting both teams right now. That's the 4th penalty for Kelly Walsh, and it pushes the ball back to the Central 48-yard line. The few Kelly Walsh fans that are here are shaking our press box on this side of the field, the south side of the field.
Yeah, crowd noise and crowd movement.
Coventry's just going to keep it himself off the left side, cuts it back up. He's across midfield up to the 46. So Coventry picks up 6 yards on a simple quarterback keeper, but it's going to be 3rd down and 6 for Kelly Walsh.
You know, a good job by Coventry. He kind of cut back, and that was a big reason why he got some positive yards, because Central had it strung out. It just seemed like it was so slow to develop. He thought they might get him for a loss, but the cutback enabled them to get positive yardage.
Coventry with Wilson behind him. Takes the snap. Here comes the pressure, looking deep down the field, and it's going to be picked off by Dilly. Dilly with it at the 25-30. Dilly now at the 40-yard line. Dilly's at midfield and finally out of bounds on the far side of the field at around the 45-yard line of Kelly Walsh. That pass intended for Davion McAdam, nowhere close to him, and it's picked off by Blaine Dilly.
And Dilly, I mean, it wasn't a great pass, but Dilly was kind of playing center field, and basically you almost would think that Coventry was throwing it right to Dilly, because he was the intended receiver. But good play, and then a good run back by Dilly to get it back in Kelly Walsh territory, and an even better job, Keith, of Central blocking for him and not getting a penalty. You often see, legal blocks or something, or holding there. Good discipline by the Indians not to get a penalty there.
This is 97.5 FM, and if we were on KFB AM 1240 KFBC Cheyenne, but our AM transmitter going to have some work done to it. Hand it off right up the gut to Goosen, and just nothing there. As we are at 8 o'clock here in the capital city, a yard for Kobe Goosen. I mean, they keep pounding away with him as the clock under 2 minutes to play here until halftime. So Central picking up the pace. They already go no huddle, picking up the pace a little bit. 3 wideouts to the right side. Goosen to the right of McCleary, who looks back to the sideline to get the play call. McCleary, drop back, Looking far side, pass is caught at the 40-yard line. That is Ty Langley, who's spun down at the 37-38 of Kelly Walsh. And it'll be just short of the first down. From the 45 to the 38, 7-yard completion. And here come the Indians going fast. 3rd and 2 at the 37. Give it to Goosen, breaks one tackle, and he's going to be close to the first down.
Boy, good job by Goosen, because Kelly Walsh, you know, one of those interior linemen read the play or stunted well, and I thought was going to drop Goosen for a loss, but Goosen just showed his strength and shed the tackler.
Needed to, got to. The officials looking at it. Brady Storbo and Nico Vite both are saying it's a first down. So if you believe them, it'll be a Central first down as the measurement will come out. Clock stops with 1:07 left. Central just one timeout left. Colorado Rockies have taken the lead 4-2 over the Washington Nationals. A playoff spot on the line. I've given up on my team. First down for the Indians. Let's see here. They're in the second quarter. #1 Thunder Basin leading 3rd-ranked Natrona 7-6. 2nd-ranked East still up on Laramie 21-14. They're in the 4th quarter at South 49-6. 1A. Wow. Bighorn, #1 Bighorn beats 2nd-ranked Pine Bluffs 42-7 this evening. The 19-game winning streak of the Hornets has been snapped. Clock running. 1st and 10 Central. McCleary gets it to Vite, and that'll be an incomplete pass. Davion McAdam with the hit. Trying to get the ball in Vite's hands. He's their best receiver, and trying to find ways to do that, and he just couldn't make the catch.
Make the catch, and I think you're starting to, you know, Vite looked really it wasn't the best pass maybe by McCleary there, Keith, but I think it was one Vite should have had, and he thinks he should have had. Showing a little frustration right now.
Ball at the 36-yard line of Kelly Walsh. Central leading 14-0 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. 59 seconds to play here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Goosen to the left of McCleary, looking to pass. McCleary pump fake. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Looking to the flat. He's got Storbo there and just overthrew him a little bit, but McCleary was running for his life.
Well, that's not easy to do against Brady Storbo. He's 6'4", and he, you know, and overthrew him by quite a bit. Again, it's always hard, and we've seen, you know, Coventry do it for Kelly Walsh. These guys that like to, you know, get their quarterbacks, roll them out, and throw on the run. That's not an easy thing to do for any quarterback, and you know, especially with the conditions tonight. It's cold, it's damp, it's windy. Those aren't the easiest throws to make on a night like this.
52 seconds to go in the second quarter. 3rd and 10 from the 36 of Central. They bring Storbo into the backfield with McCleary in the pistol. Goosen behind him. Cleary looking to pass, flushed out of the pocket now to the left side. Lets one go deep down the field. Got a step, throws it up for grabs. Is it caught? Incomplete, out of bounds. Intended, I believe that is Ty Langley down in the far corner. As it falls incomplete, it'll be 4th down for the Indians at 10.
Ty Langley.
Good job by McCleary. You know, one thing that McCleary does very well is he can extend plays. I mean, Kelly Walsh looked like they had him maybe 2 different times on that play, but he was able to just kind of, you know, shed him off a little bit. So give McCleary credit that you know, extension of plays and, you know, a good pass downfield. I think he might have had a chance to run for the first down there, Keith, but nonetheless, a good job of keeping the play alive.
I think Central took their final timeout with 44 seconds to go in the second quarter, leading 14-0 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. So we'll keep it right here. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll give you a rundown of what happened here in the first half. We'll give you some scores from around the state as well in high school football. Run down your stats. And I believe since it's homecoming, there might be an extended halftime. I'm not sure, but it is homecoming here. I think it's homecoming for everybody, right, in Cheyenne? I know it is at East.
I know it is at East for sure. Yeah, I don't know if it is at South. Well, all 3 teams are at home tonight. Might as well be homecoming, right?
Hope those of you listening in Casper, because I know you don't have radio coverage there this season, enjoying the broadcast, whether you're listening or watching on our YouTube channel. 4th and 10, Central going to go for it. Dawson McCleary setting up a screen, and it's set up perfectly, but then the ball is dropped. Is it an incomplete pass?
Incomplete.
Yes.
He never had control.
Boy, it looked like it was a jailbreak for that defensive front for Kelly Walsh, and it looked like smooth sailing for the Central receiver, but he couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete pass. It'll be Kelly Walsh football, 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, Kelly Walsh has been unable to move the football at all, with the exception, I mean, a 45-yard run is about 2/3 or 3/4 of their offense right now.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding, and I think if you're Kelly Walsh, look, it's, you know, you don't got much time. You're struggling. You don't want to make a mistake here. If I'm the Trojans, I take a knee here and go into the locker room and regroup.
Don't think Central has any timeouts left. Maybe they have one. That was Kelly Walsh that took a timeout. They have 2. Coventry, high snap. He bobbles it, being pressured, and now he is just going to be brought down. Tanner Bullock couldn't bring him down, but that'll be a loss from the 36 back to the 32, and that could have been big-time problems for the Trojans.
Oh, that really could have been, and now I think you really just take a knee. Or maybe, no, I guess you could
I don't
probably
think they have to snap it.
Yeah, I don't think they have to snap it, but I don't know. I mean, if that gets away from Coventry, and credit him, he made a really athletic play just to get the high snap. Yeah, that could have, I don't know, you still had a half a football left to go, but that really could have really swung the momentum even more toward the Indians.
Bullock couldn't complete the sack. Val Hurd did, and Kelly Walsh will not get a snap off, and that will be the end of this first half. It has been all Central. The Indians leading the Kelly Walsh Trojans at the half. Our score at Risky Field, 14-0. Indians on top of the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We will take a timeout. We will come back with our halftime show following these messages. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. What's that? Well, the deal's on. My mics are hot, so yeah. Did you tell them? Well, if they're listening on the AM, they're not going to know if they're trying to listen on the AM. Did you tell them to turn on to the FM? You did or didn't? Okay. Yeah, I will, but if people are trying to listen to the AM, they're not going to hear it, so. Or they can go online. Can you make one of these breaks like a 5-minute break?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine a world of
add the Cowboys Boise State promo, prom-5 or something.
With Mars, the bringer of war. A classic
before stats. Yeah, which is the next break, right? Okay, yeah. The next one. Yes, yes.
Where legend and myth combine in the fantasy theme from Game of Thrones. James Hurdle on French horn and the front ensemble transport us to the legendary world of Sherwood Forest for our third chapter. Mariah's theme from the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves brings Robin and Marion to life. From Roman mythology to dragons to a legendary love story, we move the stars. The final chapter of our story illuminates the bravado and swagger of America's Mercury 7 heroes. From the movie soundtrack of The Right Stuff, we bring our story to a close. We hope you enjoy Myths, Legends, and Heroes.
Okay. That's fine.
The band would like to take a moment to recognize these seniors for their outstanding contributions to the band. Their hard work, service, and dedication are what make the band what it is. Morgan Marnie, flute. Tiana Belknap, flute. Beck Brown, flute. Alto sax. Jesse Church, color guard. Miles Jezebel, mellophone. Matt Gagno, tenors. Kate Hayes.
Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with Robert Gagliardi, and I want to remind folks, and again, if you're looking for high school football and you're trying to get the AM, we had a cable break from our AM transmitter to the top of the tower. We couldn't get a tower climbing crew in here until 2 o'clock tomorrow, so our AM is off the air right now. But we are live here on the FM. I know if you're trying to listen to the AM, there's nothing there, but we do have an FM. I want to remind folks, FM 97.5. You can also listen on the KFBC app or online at kfbcradio.com, or you can watch the game on our YouTube channel, our KFBC Sports YouTube channel, which you can get the links on our Facebook page, KFBC Radio, or my Twitter account at KFBC Sports Zone. So there are 1,000 different ways to get this football game, and the AM is just one of those, and unfortunately it is off the air right now, but it should be back up tomorrow afternoon. So anyways, I want to remind folks that Gags, it is halftime. It is 14-0, and you know what? Central's defense, Kelly Walsh doesn't have all their they don't have Brock Spiegel. He's one of the leading rushers in the state. He's a very good running back. They don't have him, but this Central defense has come to play, and they're doing a very good job. Save one run from 45 yards out. They've pitched a shutout and played extremely well in this first half.
Unofficially, I have Kelly Walsh for just 83 yards in the first half, and that's including that 45-yard run early in the game by Spencer Wilson. So great job by the Central defense. They're staying at home on those zone reads, run-pass option type plays, stringing out plays to the perimeter. Dilly gets the interception there at the end of the second quarter to kind of, if you thought maybe Kelly Walsh was going to get a little momentum back, Dilly kind of, swashes that. Central didn't capitalize, but still a great job. Really, Goosen's running the ball well for a team that doesn't run the football an awful lot. He's running it well with the first rushing touchdown. They're getting their shots in the air, and then the defense taking care of it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect football, and I'm sure Coach Apodaca would feel the same way after the first half. But that was a pretty complete first half of football for Central. Now the test is, can they finish it? Because we saw this last week, 19-0 halftime lead at Laramie. Couldn't hold on and ended up losing by 2. What happens now here in the second half?
Definitely so. Halftime, it is 14-0 Central leads on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We will take a timeout, come back with your first half stats after this. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly, Robert Gagliardi here with you. Halftime, it is Central leading Kelly Walsh 14-0 up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Let's run down those first half stats. These are unofficial numbers. I have Kelly Walsh 74 yards on the ground. Spencer Wilson 5 carries for 55 yards, including a 45-yard run. Sage Coventry 7 carries for 13 yards. Davion McAdam 2 for 6, and Cole Kraus 1 carry, 0 yards. Coventry through the air, just 1 of 7 for 14 yards and an interception. 88 yards of total offense. That one completion to Tyler Whiteley for 14 yards. The Trojans penalized 4 times for 30 yards in the first half. For the Indians, 62 yards unofficially on the ground, led by Kobe Goosens, 13 carries, 59 yards, including a 10-yard touchdown run. Nate Lundberg, 1 carry for 4 yards. Dawson McCleary, 2 for -1. Through the air, McCleary 8 of 18 for 107 yards and a touchdown. That went to Brady Storbo, his only catch of the evening from 23 yards out. Lane Dilly's caught 4 passes for 57 yards. Ty Langley 3 for 27. 169 yards of total offense for Central unofficially in that first half. They were penalized 5 times for 35 yards. Blaine Dilly did pick off a pass late in that first half. Again, our score 14-0. Central with the lead up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. And again, I will let people know our AM transmitter is out right now until at least 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's when we can get a tower climbing crew in. A cable has broken off from our transmitter at the AM site to the top of the tower. We are still going on our FM 97.5 FM and online, KFBCradio.com. So I want to let everybody know that that is the case. Halftime score 14-0. Central leads Kelly Walsh. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with some scores from around the state of Wyoming after this. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Wow, Natrona's beating Thunder Basin at the half.
Where are you looking at your scores at?
Preps.
Preps.
Come on, come on, come on. Five to 2 in the 7th. Rockies are up. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with you as it is 14-0 Central leading Kelly Walsh at the half. Let's run down some scores from around the state of Wyoming. First, the Colorado Rockies in the top of the 7th inning, leading the Washington Nationals now 5 to 2. No score between the Dodgers and San Francisco at the top of the 1st. With 2 outs, the Dodgers have a couple runners on. In Class 4A at the half, number 3 Natrona County leading top-ranked Thunder Basin 14 to 7. Number 2 East over 5th-ranked Laramie 23 to 14. That game in the 4th quarter. And a final, number 4 Sheridan hammered South 49 to 6. At the half, Rock Springs leading Campbell County 8 to 0. In Class 3A, it's number 1 Torrington on top of Douglas 14 to 7 at the half. Number 2 Jackson leading Green River in the 4th quarter 33 to 23. 5th-ranked Cody up on number 3 Evanston in the 3rd 21 to 14. It was number 4 Star Valley beating Powell today 14 to 7. In the 3rd quarter, Rollins leads Worland 7-zip, and in the 3rd quarter, Lander on top of Riverton 15 to 13. Class 2A in the 3rd quarter, number 1 Buffalo on top of Moorcroft 51 to 0. At the half, number 2 Mountain View, or excuse me, in the 4th, number 2 Mountain View, number 5 Pinedale tied at 14. They're in the 3rd-ranked Lynrock leading Burns 54 to 14. In the 4th quarter, number 4 Wheatland up on Thermopolis 28 to 14. A final, Grable beat Kimmer 26 to 14. After a good start, Gags, the Rangers have lost a couple in a row.
2 in a row, yeah. Yeah, that stings a little bit.
In the 3rd quarter, Big Piney leading Level 14 to 0. In 1A, number 1 Bighorn beat 2nd-ranked Pine Bluffs 42 to 7, ending the Hornets' 19-game winning streak. Number 3 Cokeville hammered the Green River JV team 44 to 7. No score between Upton, Sundance, and Wright. Shoshone leading Rocky Mountain 6 to 0 in the 3rd. No score between Tongue River and Southeast in the 1st quarter. Wind River beat the Natrona County Sophomores 21 to 15. 6-man, number 1 Farson Eden blitzed number 2 Matitzi 64 to 0. Number 3 Hannah Elk Mountaintop Normative Services 73 to 20. 4th-ranked Burlington whooped up on DuBois 77 to 14. Lingle Fort Laramie leading Midwest in the 3rd quarter 58 to 7. And in interclass action, it is number 5 in 1A Lusk beating 2A Newcastle 8 to 6. Those are scores from around the state of Wyoming. We will take a final timeout and come back for the start of the 2nd half following these messages. You're listening to high school football here on KFBC.
Please welcome Dr. Jerry Calkin.
Cammer.
They're not that good, dude.
Valerie Roybal, daughters of Mr. Valdez, who are here to represent their father. Central High is honored to recognize you. Central High School would like to recognize the great schools Swanson, Freedom, and Hobbs. Thank you for sticking out this weather.
It's cold outside. Holy cow. It's cold.
School would like to recognize our corporate sponsors with the Chief Award, Cheyenne Soccer Club, Dino Noble, IBEW, McGee Herman Pies, Simpson Electric, Taco John, Town and Country Supermarket, Western States Bank, College of Engineering and Applied Science. With the Brave Award, ABI Engineering, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Chick-fil-A, Caldwell Banker, The Property Exchange, John Cash Incorporated, First Education Credit Union, First Interstate Bank, McDonald's, Laramie County Chiropractic, Mechanical Systems, Perkins, YI Federal Credit Union, Wyoming Bank and Trust.
Never fails. I think I said this last week. I'm hungry. I didn't bring any snacks this time.
Farm Bureau Insurance,
I didn't either.
Ayala, and Jeff Teasley.
Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with you. Robert Gagliardi. We are nice and toasty in here in the press box, Gags. But it is, I went outside. It's every bit of the 27-degree wind chill that's out there. And, of course, I'm dressed for the weather in my shorts.
You're dressed for 72-degree wind chill.
Well, no, I've got long sleeves on.
That's true.
You know.
I'll give you that.
It's not October yet. I can't put the long pants on just yet.
Yeah, well.
I refuse.
I'm not looking forward to going down if it's that chill. I'm not ready for this kind of chilliness yet.
You'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
I think I'll make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be nice and warm tomorrow, though. I mean, this cold front is lying right along the Laramie Range. It's going to back through, and it's supposed to be 80 degrees here in Cheyenne tomorrow. Around 80, while people are tailgating in Laramie tomorrow before it cools off.
It won't be that warm at kickoff,
no.
But it'll be a little breezy. But another nice day. The first 3 home games for the Cowboys. You can't complain about the weather.
Well, you know what that means for the rest of them.
Yeah, look out.
We are getting ready to start the second half of action. Kelly Walsh will be kicking off from right to left. Deep kickoff, and that's going to take Nico Vite into the end zone for a touchback. He will lose the football. He had it right around the goal line to try and return it, but a high end-over-end kick by Victor Velasquez.
Well, now I think it's the first possession. There's a lot of football left, but honestly, Keith, I do think this is kind of a big possession for Central because, as we talked about at the halftime break, this is a team that, has had trouble finishing games. A solid drive here and points will go a long way to solving some of those ills.
So 1st and 10 from their own 20 for the Indians. It'll be McCleary with Goosen to his right, 2 receivers to each side for McCleary. Handed off right up the middle to Goosen, and he runs over a Kelly Walsh defender and fights his way forward for 2 yards. I think that was Davion McAdam who went in there.
I was just going to say McAdam's going to get credited for the tackle, and as he should. But I think McAdam got the worst of that collision.
Man, he went in there though and made the stick. Recognized what the play was. 2nd and 8 for the Indians from their own 22-yard line. Pass on the far side of the field is completed, breaking a tackle and brought down at about the 35-yard line. That was Ty Langley, I believe, making the grab.
McCleary's pass complete to number 2, Ty Langley.
That'll take it up to the 36-yard line. A gain of 14 to Langley and a first down, his 4th catch. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 36. We played nearly a minute here in this 3rd quarter. Handed off. There's Goosen. Goosen's got a big hole up around midfield. Goosen spun down at the 47-yard line into Kelly Walsh territory. Big run for Kobe Goosen into Kelly Walsh territory.
Wow, that's 14. That's 17 yards right there, Keith. And look, a lot of times those runs up the middle for Goosen, and he's doling out some punishment, but maybe they go for 2, 3, 4 yards. You keep pounding like that in the way Central can throw the ball, That's the result when you keep running those plays up the middle, as big ones like that.
McCleary in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Looking over the middle, he's got Dilly and then dropped and hit by McAdam. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Had a few drops. That was right in there to Blaine Dilly, and he just unable to hang on to it.
Well, I'm not trying to make excuses, guys. This isn't the best. This isn't the best weather to catch the football tonight. I mean, it's not like pouring rain, but it's wet, it's damp, the wind's blowing. This is an easy throwing condition.
Fake the handoff. Dilly's going to make that grab at the 45 and push his way forward. There's Davion McAdam again. Pickup of 6 yards to Blaine Dilly. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Central. Already the 5th grab of the night for Dilly. Ball at the Kelly Walsh 41. 14-0 Central with the lead up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Cleary looking to the far sideline. Is Goosen as well. 3rd and 4. 2 wide to each side. McCleary over the middle, passes tip, trying to come back to the football. Was Ty Langley unable to make the grab. I don't know who got his mitts up there to knock it down.
I think it was the defensive end, Keith. I want to look at, I want to say it was number 84, and that would be Bastian Hansen. It looked like he's all of 6'6", and I think he got his big meat paw up there and knocked it down.
So Javon Davis back at his own 10-yard line. Nico Vite will be punting into the wind, standing near his own 45-yard line is Vite. Low snap, bobbled it, and now he just covers it up with the pressure coming. Spencer Wilson, that'll be a loss from the 41 of Kelly Walsh all the way back to the Central 48-yard line. 10 yards. Unfortunately, that'll be credited to Vite, and Kelly Walsh has got a break. Big break here. 9:57 left to play in this 3rd quarter, and it's 14-0 Central, but Kelly Walsh has the football on the Central side of the field.
Well, and we talked about momentum. You know, even though Central looked like they were going to punt and maybe not get points, that's like a turnover, Keith, and let's see what Kelly Walsh does with it here.
Coventry hands it off to Wilson. Wilson off right side, pushed back when he got to the 45-yard line. So a couple, close to 3 for Spencer Wilson.
24, Spencer Wilson with the carry.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans. (14-zip). Central looking for their 2nd win of the year. Coventry with Wilson behind him, 2 wide to the right side. Man in motion, that's McAdam from right to left. Pitch it out to Wilson. Wilson to the left side, cuts it back up. He'll get across the 45 up to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 5. 4 or 5 for Spencer Wilson. And bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Trojans.
Well, again, Wilson's done a good job tonight on a couple of different occasions, cutting back, you know, especially those plays out to the edge. Looks like Central has it strung up pretty well, and Wilson makes a quick cut to get positive yardage.
So 3rd and 2, just inside the 41-yard line. 8:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Coventry and Central jump, didn't get in the neutral zone. Hand it off. Nope, Coventry's going to keep it himself. He's got the first down at the 35. Big hit, still on his feet. Gets up, fights forward to the 31-yard line. He'll eventually be pushed back. Sage Coventry, though, for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Now, good, you know, that zone read, and Coventry did a great job of reading it and kept the ball. Sometimes you get some miscommunication. You might lose the ball, especially wet conditions. That was really, really well done there by Coventry.
Matt Millen with the stop for the Indians. 1st and 10. Kelly Walsh at the Central 31-yard line, trying to take advantage of a punting miscue by the Central football team. Kobe Goosen coming in, Tanner Bullock coming out. And a lot of confusion on Central. Bullock's coming back in, and Kelly Walsh is ready to go on 1st and 10. McAdam in motion. Pitch it out to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the edge. He can't, and he's forced out of bounds. A late hit blocked behind the play as Jackson Thomas for Central forced him out of bounds up near the 30-yard line. Clock will stop with 8 minutes to go here in the third, and Central up 14-0 a yard. He ran about 40 to get a yard.
And Thomas ran that 40-yard. I'd like to know his 40 time there because he really closed on that fast.
He was motoring, wasn't he? 2nd and 9 from the Central 30-yard line. Coventry in the shotgun with Spencer Wilson to his left. 2 wide to the left side. As Coventry waits the snap, he's going to take it himself, try to get to the left side, cuts it back up, and just nothing there. Breaks 1 tackle, but he's going to fight forward. They're going to give him forward progress, but it'll be a loss of 1 on the play for Sage Coventry.
I don't know, Keith. Maybe it's just me. It just seems like those plays to the edge that Kelly Walsh runs, at least they have tonight, just are really slow developing. And again, you know, the field's wet. You know, the conditions aren't great out there. It just seems like those are just really slow developing plays to me. And Central's done a good job of pursuing on it pretty well. Sometimes they over pursue, and that's where the cutbacks come in.
And Central speed as well is helping him out. They're quick. Lateral speed. So 3rd and 10 back at the 31. Coventry looking to pass, being pressured, looking over he's got a man wide open. It's Bastion Henson at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Is he into the end zone? Yes. Touchdown. Kelly Walsh.
Wow.
31 yards out. The reception to Bastion Henson, who was wide open, Robert. That had to have been a missed assignment from somebody as Bastion Hanson, for the touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know because he was running. Matt Millen was running with him, but that's a mismatch right there. And whatever Kelly Walsh saw or whatever Central coverage maybe Central busted, we got ourselves a football game now.
We certainly do. And the big fella Victor Vailskog on to kick the extra point. It is up. And it is good, and with 7:12 left to play in this third quarter, it is Central 14, Kelly Walsh 7 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We will take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. It's cold. Central gave Kelly Walsh good field position on a poor snap on a punt near midfield, and Kelly Walsh on 3rd and 10. Sage Coventry finds Bastion Hanson for the score from 31 yards out. It's 14-7 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Kelly Walsh and Central locked up in a good one. The kick from Victor Vailskog, and it's going to be mishandled by the Indians and picked up. And not much there on the return to the 14-yard line. Don't know if that was Vitae or not, but that was mishandled, and right now it's special teams that is an issue for Central on its last couple of plays.
Yeah, the poor snap on the punt forced Vitae to kind of just dive on the ball, then unable to handle the kickoff there. Now Central starts deep in its own territory, looks at its own 14-yard line.
1st and 10. They will load up the backfield with McCleary at quarterback in the shotgun. Storbo as an H-back. Goosen will take the handoff and doesn't find a lot of room. A couple, maybe. That's it for Kobe Goosen, and he has had some tough running this evening. Just a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 16 for the Indians. 6:40 left to play, third quarter, 14-7. Central holding on to the one-possession lead. Pistol formation this time. Looking over the middle, he's got Dilly there. Dilly makes the grab at the 25-yard line. Pickup of 9 to Blaine Dilly. And a 1st down for the Indians. just settled down in an open area, Robert.
Yeah, I just saw the open, you know, certainly wasn't tight. I think it was zone coverage, just found a spot in the zone, got a first down, and good execution. Let's see if Central can put a drive together.
23rd pass attempt for McCleary in this one. 1st and 10, their own 26. Straight up the gut, Goosen again across the 30 to the 32. Close to 6-7 yards for Goosen. Give him 7 to the 32-yard line.
Unofficially, Keith, I have Goosen 17 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown tonight.
Well, I have him 17 for 87, so one of us is off. Fake that little pop-up. Nope, they go to Vitae. Vitae push back, now will be stretched out, hit hard out of bounds as he takes it from the 32 maybe to the 33 on the far side of the field. Clock will stop with 5:46 left to play in the third quarter.
Did he take the handoff or did they?
That was a pass.
Yeah.
That was a forward pass to Vitae. So 2 yards for Vitae. Javon Davis knocking him out of bounds. 3rd and a couple from their own 34 for Central. They got to get just across the 35-yard line. 2 wide to each side for McCleary. McCleary, straight drop back, got a man over the middle, throws it low, intended for Dilly, and it's going to be incomplete.
He had a man, but he threw it behind him, and Kelly Walsh had good coverage. You got 3rd and 2. Goosen's been your guy all night. That's kind of a tough pass to make on that down and distance. I might have run the ball here, but they didn't, and Central looks like it's going to punt.
And the last time they tried to punt the football away, Nico Vitae could not handle the snap. A little bit low. He'll be standing just inside his 25-yard line. Javon Davis inside his 30 as Vitae awaits the punt. He'll roll out to his right side and just gets it away, end over end. Davis will let it hit at about the 35. He picks it up at the 30-yard line. He's up across the 40, tried to bounce it out all the way to the near side. He's still on his feet. Davis brought down at the 47, 48-yard line. And again, Kelly Walsh will have very good field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10, this time at their own 48.
Well, you talk about the special teams. You know, the bad snap on the Central's first punt of this quarter cost them. And then the poor kickoff return, not being able to handle the ball. And that was an 18-yard punt return there by Davis. So special teams are not helping the Indians here in the second half.
So KW will have it 1st and 10 from their own 48. 5:28 to play in the third quarter. Central leading 14-7 up on that Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Coventry in the shotgun. Hand it to Cole Kraus. Nope, Coventry's going to keep it off the left side. Coventry is going to be pushed out of bounds as he crosses midfield at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 6 yards for Sage Coventry on first down.
Knocked out of bounds by number 9,
Andrew Johnson knocked him out of bounds. Bring up 2nd and 4 from the Central 46. We saw it last week. Central was up 19-0 at the half at Laramie. Couldn't close it out as they lost 21-19. Up 14-0 here at the half. Now it's a 14-7 game. 2 wide to the right side. Handed off to Kraus, who will be right near the first down. I think he's going to be a yard short after a 3-yard pickup for Cole Kraus. It'll be 3rd and a yard. Clock running as we will be under 5 minutes to play to go in the third quarter. That mist blowing from right to left here at Risky Field. 1 wide out to each side for the Trojans on 3rd and a yard. They'll go under center. Coventry will take the quarterback's knee. I don't think so. He got no gain, as a matter of fact.
I don't think he got it, but there's a flag on the play, and I think there was an illegal shift or illegal motion there by Kelly Walsh. So the play didn't work, and I think Kelly Walsh almost maybe outsmarted itself there a little bit.
So no gain, but I mean, they're going to go for it on 4th down. You take 4th and 1 or 3rd and 6? I go 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6.
We'll get the call. Or not. Ref's mic's not working. So 5-yard penalty will push it back. 5th penalty for 35 yards on Kelly Walsh. We'll make it 3rd and 6 back at the 48-yard line. So the Central defense have another opportunity to make a stop on 3rd down here. 14-7 the score. One wide out to each side. Coventry and Central showing blitz. Here they come. Coventry looking to pass. Over the left side, it's McAdam. McAdam breaks a tackle at the 40, slips another tackle inside the 30-yard line. Davion McAdam out of bounds right near the 26. That is a pickup of 22 yards on 3rd and 6 and a first down.
Wow, good play there. Well executed play. McAdam showing some elusiveness on the open field.
His first catch of the game. He was the leading receiver for Kelly Walsh, 19 catches on the season. 22 yards to the 26 as Kelly Walsh looking for the equalizer on this drive. 4:24 left to play in the 3rd. Shotgun, Coventry, McAdam in motion. Hand it off to Kraus. Nope, Coventry's going to keep it right up the middle. Coventry bounces it out to the left side. He's at the 15. Coventry cuts back inside the 10, out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Sage Coventry for 18 yards and a 1st and goal.
Wow. Just all of a sudden, now that stuff's working for Kelly Walsh. They're getting the right reads, and Central's just not quite on edge as far as their pursuit goes and their push up front as they were in the first half.
So now a 1st and goal as the clock stops with 4:09 left to play in this 3rd quarter, and I guess he didn't go out of bounds. Clock running with under 4 minutes to play. Coventry will be in the shotgun. Kraus to his left. Coventry will keep it, cuts it back up the middle, and he is absolutely drilled. Is that Tanner Bullock that got him? Not before he got 3 yards up to the 5.
Well, that was a tough 3 yards. And look, young quarterbacks out there, when there's a lot of these zone reads that you do, but when you run, don't leave your feet, man. That's Bullock just showed why you don't, because he got drilled there.
6'2" junior Tanner Bullock. 2nd and goal at the 5. And Kelly Walsh looks like they're going to take a timeout with 3:15 left to play. Well, the clock's still running. There it goes. Stops at 3:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Central leading 14-7 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Out of the timeout will be Kelly Walsh football. 2nd and goal at the 6. 3:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Final from Oakey Blanchard. East takes care of Laramie 31-14. Of course, it's the Capital Bowl next week between East and Central. Central would like to have a win as well. Pitch it back to Kraus, and I think they snapped it before the officials were ready.
I don't think the officials blew the ball. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, the delay of game coming out of a time, or no, illegal. False start, excuse me.
6th penalty on Kelly Walsh, 45 yards. Pushes it back to the 10-yard line, 2nd and goal. Just outside the 10. Sage Coventry. The quarterback, no Brock Spiegelberg for the Trojans. John Vance telling me 4 or 5 guys left back in Casper. Wouldn't expand further. Play clock is winding down right now as Coventry barely gets the snap off. He's being pressured. He throws backside to McAdam. hit when he threw the football. It falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10.
If, look, the pass rush caused that Coventry throw to be off target, but if it is on target, McAdams was wide open. I don't know if there was a rub there or just another bust in coverage because McAdams was wide open.
Seems like these passes are on the back side of the play that are leaving receivers wide open. So 3rd and goal at the 10-yard line, 3:06 to play here in this 3rd quarter. One wideout goes to each side for the Trojans. Kraus to the right of Coventry. Coventry straight drop back. Coventry looking, he's got a man there. It's caught, then dropped by Davion McAdam. Carter Labatos with the coverage, falls incomplete, and here comes the field goal unit for Kelly Walsh.
Well, they missed one earlier in the 1st quarter to the left. This one will be, that was from 32 yards. This one looks like it's going to be from 28 yards.
New kicker, Javon Davis. Left hash from 28 yards. It's a good snap. The kick is on its way, and it is good from 28 yards. Javon Davis gets Kelly Walsh on the board again, and with 3:02 left to play in the 3rd quarter, it's now Central 14, Kelly Walsh 10 on the Terrelato Center scoreboard. We will take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with you. Kelly Walsh, a field goal from Javon Davis from 28 yards out, and it is 14-10 late here in the 3rd quarter. Central really unable to do anything offensively here in the 3rd quarter. End over end kick going to be taken at about the 11-yard line by the Indians. Long return across the 30 to near the 35 by, I believe that was Nico Vite with a nice return of close to 23, 24 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 Indians right there at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that was a good return, a good special teams play for Central, something that's sorely needed here in this 3rd quarter. Now, good field position. Indians need to put a drive together. Momentum's on the Trojan side. They need to get it back here.
2:54 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Central's found some successes running the ball. Kobe Goosen behind McCleary. They're going to give it to Goosen, and he is dropped. Somebody missing an assignment there. And
Gavin Thomas, I don't know if he wasn't blocked. He almost got the handoff there. I mean, he just, whatever he did, that young man busted through there, now puts Central in a bit of a hole here.
2nd down and 12, ball back at the 33-yard line for the Indians. Shotgun snap, McCleary looking to pass. Out the flat, it's caught by Dilly. Breaks a tackle at the 45. At midfield, Blaine Dilly cuts back at the 30-yard line. Cuts back again against the grain all the way across the field inside the 30-yard line. Just a simple little out pattern caught by Dilly. He turns it into a huge gain inside the Kelly Walsh 30-yard line.
It's 40 yards.
Yep. I have 39 officially. 39 yards for Dilly, and he's up over 100 yards receiving in this one. Snap it, hand it off to Goosen, straight up the gut. Goosen up near the 20-yard line before he's knocked down. 8 yards coming off the field. Val Hurd, his helmet came off. 8 yards for Goosen as Central picking up the pace here. 2nd and short with under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. This is 97.5 FM And of course, our AM transmitter is down. You can catch us on the FM dial. Hopefully get that back up tomorrow afternoon as the tower climbers come in.
Won't be me.
To reconnect a cable that broke off from the transmitter to the top of the tower. McCleary hands it off to Goosen again, right up the middle. Goosen inside the 10. Goosen brought down inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Kobe Goosen for 16 yards. He's up over 100 yards rushing.
That's 110 now unofficially I have for Goosen on 20 carries. You know, what Central average is only, 63 yards per game rushing. Goosen has 110 on his own.
This is a heck of an answer by the Indians after the 10 straight points for Kelly Walsh. Clock running, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line for Central. Storbo, Goosen in the backfield with McCleary. Handed off to Goosen. Goosen stood up. He'll lose a couple yards back to the 6. Another big hit.
It's that guy earlier in this drive. It's Gavin Thomas just came through and just drilled. Goosen did a good job of holding on to the football there.
Number 52, Gavin Thomas.
So 2nd and goal back at the 6 for the Indians. Shotgun for McCleary. Goosen to his left. 1 minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Central leading 14-10. McCleary looking to pass. Fade route into the back of the end zone. Battle for the football. A flag comes in. Intended for Langley. Out there in the corner, the defender and the receiver fighting for the football.
I think that the Kelly Walsh defender looked like they were just kind of jockeying for position, but I think he kind of pushed Langley to get position, and I think that's what they're going to call here.
Ref's mic is out. It is pass interference on Kelly Walsh, so it occurred in the end zone. They'll move the football from the 6 to the 3.
Distance, yeah.
So a 3-yard penalty on Kelly Walsh. Their 7th penalty of the game, but it's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, right?
Mm-hmm.
2nd down. It's not an automatic 1st down in high school football. I need to learn all those little intricacies of high school football. 2nd and goal from the 3. McCleary's going to try and keep it himself. He'll push the pile forward on a quarterback sneak up to the 1, so 2 yards for McCleary. And now it's 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line.
I just do that same play again.
Clock is winding down. 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd goal. McCleary going all the way to the sideline to get the play call. Now rushes back in as Central tried to score before the end of the 3rd quarter. Under center, Lundberg and Goosen. And some movement as Goosen tried to get off to a head start. He scores the touchdown, but
Goosen took a little stutter step a little too soon and is going to get called for false start.
Clock stops with 10 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Instead of a touchdown and a 3rd and goal at the 1, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6. The clock will wind, and that'll probably be it for the 3rd quarter as Central not in any hurry to get a snap off, and they will go all the way to the other end of the football field. 3rd and goal from the 6 for the Indians when we come back after this timeout. It is 14-10. Central leads on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We'll take a 60-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. See you, tag. That was a huge penalty. That was a huge penalty.
Oh.
We start the fourth quarter as Central will have it 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line, leading Kelly Walsh 14-10 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. This is the first play of the fourth quarter. Colorado Rockies are postseason bound. Bryce Harper struck out looking to end the game. 5-2, the Rockies beat the Nationals. McCleary flares one out, and it is dropped in the backfield by Goosen. Wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. And from touchdown to field goal try for the Indians.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough play. That's, wasn't going to go anyway. I guess there's the element of surprise because they haven't thrown to Goosen all night, but I'm not sure if that's the best play there. Now let's see if Central can at least get some points out of this here.
I'm trying to see who's kicking.
It's 20.
Is it 20?
No, it's 28 or 26.
It's either Amari Valdez as the hold by Talich. The kick is a low liner, and it is good from 23 yards out as Central has taken a 17-10 lead on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. 17-10, Central leads, 11:53 to play in this football game. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Who was it? Could you tell?
28.
28? Tegan Tippett. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with you as the Central Indians have taken a 17-10 lead on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Tegan Tippett with the 23-yard field goal. Reese Rubin with the kick, taken by one of the upbacks for Kelly Walsh across the 30, 35, still on his feet, being pushed up near the 40-yard line, still on his feet, finally brought down right at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Trojans, as making that return, Colin Boros for the Trojans.
26, Colin Boros on the return.
1st and 10, 17-10 our score. Nathaniel Talich with the stop. Kelly Walsh football and their offense has looked a lot better here in the second half. 1st and 10. Coventry pitches it out to Spencer Wilson, and he is just drilled. Blaine Dilly hit him first. That'll be a loss of 5 back to the 35-yard line. Holy cow.
Yeah, Dilly came up from his defensive back spot, and I don't know if he, read it well or just whatever he did a great job of it because that stood no chance.
2nd down and 15, and now the Trojans are behind the change. Actually a loss of 6 back to the 34. Make it 2nd and 16. Coventry in the shotgun, back to his right, looking to pass. A little quick out, almost intercepted, intended for Whiteley. Carter Labatos was closer to it as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Labatos had a good beat on it, just a little bit out of his reach, but that ball is maybe about 6 inches lower, Keith. I think Labatos, that's a pick 6 right there.
3rd and 16 at their own 34 for the Trojans in a 17-10 ball game.
Big down here for Central. They just got the field goal to make it a 1-score game or a 1-touchdown lead. 3rd and long here. Central's defense needs to get a stop and get off the field.
2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. I don't know if Whiteley was set. He had to throw something off. He wasn't set. He's breaking tackles. He's going to have a 1st down or close to it. Right at the 49. He's a yard short, but yeah, it doesn't matter. He
either threw his hand warmer or some gloves over to the sideline, and before he could do it, then he realized the play was about to start. Tried to get lined up at the line of scrimmage and couldn't do it. So, boy, that's a big mistake there by the Trojans.
Yeah, it would have been 4th and 1. And instead, the 5-yard penalty is going to put it back to the 29-yard line The 8th penalty on the Trojans.
And now it's 3rd and 21. I mean, if there's any, I mean, you can't let them, if you're Central, you can't let them get this. There's just no way about it.
Ball back at their own 29, as Gag said. 3rd and 21 for Kelly Walsh. 11:06, the officials asking for the clock to start, and the clock operator is not obliging.
There it goes.
There it goes. Coventry with 2 backs back there with him. They're going to fake the handoff. He's looking to pass. A little flare out to Cole Kraus is incomplete. Little screen pass to Kraus. Wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, and it's 4th down.
Well, you know, Kelly Walsh really hurt itself with mistakes, but that, you know, as the momentum was changing in the 3rd quarter, Keith, over to Kelly Walsh, Central gets the field goal, then gets a stop here. You can almost, you know, the momentum's starting to shift back to the Indians a little bit. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Javon Davis back at his own 15. Nico Vite and Ty Langley standing at their own 45, expecting good field position. Good snap, little pressure, almost blocked into the wind, angling it away. Ty Langley will let it roll out of bounds inside, right at the 35. That was close.
Boy, it's almost like the punter got the ball and they kind of hesitated a little bit before he punted. I mean, great job by Central sticking with it, but that should have probably been blocked. And Kelly Walsh lucky that it wasn't blocked.
So 1st and 10 Indians at their own 35-yard line. We have 10:52 still to play in this game. Remember how I said it was a fast-moving game in the first quarter?
It's not that way anymore.
Was that my fault?
Yes, you jinxed it.
Okay.
That's usually me jinxing things, but no, it's not anymore.
Well, you know, we did nickname things the Gagliardi jinx for a reason.
Yeah, and since I've even lived in Laramie, it continues over there too.
17-10 Central. They've got the football. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Handed off to Goosen. A little bit of a delay. Goosen fights his way forward to the 39. He's still on his feet. 4 yards for Kobe Goosen. What an evening he has had on the ground. It has been hard fighting for Kobe Goosen, but he's had a great game on the ground.
You know, the penalty, I think Goosen's going to kick himself for. But other than that, Keith, this kid's ran hard. He should get in a hot tub when he's done because he's going to be bruised and battered, but he's running really well tonight.
And the fact that the wind chill is 27 degrees.
Well, that too, yeah.
Clock running, Central in no hurry. 2nd down and 6 from their own 39. Handed off to Goosen again. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for a yard. That's it for Goosen. 3rd and 5.
I have him 23 carries, 114 yards.
I got 23 for 112.
Come on, Keith, don't shortchange the kids, man.
Under 10 to play. 3rd and 5 from their own 40 for Central. McCleary with Goosen to his left, looks back to the sideline. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left side. McCleary looking to pass. McCleary being pressured. McCleary pops it out to the right side. McCleary throws on his back foot. Got a man there. Bump. Oh, they're going to throw a flag. Storbo had it, dropped it, and the Kelly Walsh defender can't believe it, and he might have a gripe.
I think he has a gripe. Now, if Storbo comes back to the ball instead of waiting for it, you know, it's kind of a moot point, but I'm sure maybe, you know, Brady didn't know that there was a defender behind him, but I'd have to agree with Kelly Walsh there. I think that was just good timing and, you know, break for the home team maybe, but I think that was a tough call for the Trojans.
I think they're going to get it on Ishmael Bohusa Piran.
Easy for you to say.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty on the Trojans. Their 9th of the game, up to the Kelly Walsh 44-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. First down, handed off to Goosen again, straight up the middle, and Goosen, boy, just not much running room for Kobe Goosen. No gain on first down.
Kobe Goosen carries for the Indians.
2nd and 10.
Spencer Wilson with the tackle.
Spencer Wilson knocking him down. 9:15 left to play. Can Central take advantage of the pass interference? 3 wide to the left side on 2nd and 10. Goosen getting the play call from the sideline. Excuse me, McCleary. Goosen to his left. McCleary looking to pass over the middle. It is picked off by McAdam, and McAdam may go. He breaks one tackle. Oh, he's just tripped up. Davion McAdam just tripped up by the Central offensive lineman, Reese Rubin.
Reese Rubin saved a touchdown, and that was a great hustle play with him. Give McAdams credit. He read that perfectly and read the eyes of the quarterback or read the pattern. But if it wasn't for Reese Rubin, this might be a tie ball game.
Interception thrown by McCleary, his 8th of the season, and now Kelly Walsh with 8:53 left to go in the football game will have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line of Central. What a change of events in a 17-10 ball game. Coventry with a man in motion. That is Whiteley from left to right. Coventry looking to pass. All kinds of time. Now he's going to tuck it under and run. He can't slip past the first wave of defenders. He'll get it across the 40 to the 38 for a gain of 3.
Good job by Coventry there. I mean, there was nothing open. He didn't try to force the ball or anything and got what he could for a little bit of positive yardage.
2nd and 7 from their own the Central 38-yard line. There was a really good crowd in the first half. That crowd has dwindled.
Either that or maybe they're listening to us in the car.
Only on 97.5 FM. Fake the handoff. They'll take it with Coventry right up the gut. He is stood up at the 36 and driven back just a couple yards for Sage Coventry. Getting in there and making the stick.
Sage Coventry with the carry.
I'm hearing Colorado Rockies baseball.
I thought I heard that too. And I'm like, am I hearing things here?
That was weird. So 3rd and 4 at the 36 of Central. Clock stopped briefly as it looks like one of the Trojans has a shoe issue. I wore shoes tonight. Normally this time of year I'm in my sandals.
Yeah, you're graduating a little bit. You're making progress. Slow, but progress.
Sage Coventry tying his shoe. Again, our AM transmitter, a cable from the transmitter to the top of the tower out at our site has broken. Hoping to get that fixed tomorrow afternoon with a tower climbing crew having to come in to fix that. But we are on the FM. 3rd and 4, Coventry. Quick drop back, looking over the middle, and it's almost picked off, intended for Whiteley. And Central nearly had another pick. Was that Labados or was that Langley getting in there?
Langley, I believe.
That's 5 straight incompletions for Sage Coventry, and it's 4th and 4, and this is go time.
Oh yeah, just under 7.5 left. You're down a touchdown. Yeah, you got to go for it here for Kelly Walsh.
And they will. 2 receivers go out to the left side, 1 to the right. Wilson back there with Coventry, dropping back to pass. Looking over the middle, he's got a man there right through the hands of Davion McAdam. And I don't know who he's jawing with.
No, but he's been jawing with teammates and even other coaches. He's had a very good game, but he's a very emotional young man, and he's not real happy right now.
I don't know if he's upset with the pass or if he thought maybe he was held or something like that, but Central will take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10 with 7:25 left to play in the football game. Central leading 17-10 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Led 14-0 at the half. Very similar to last week's game with Laramie. Having to try and hang on and finish one off. They're going to go 5 wide receivers on 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Vite in motion. And a flag. I don't see I have a flag on the other side.
Way on the far side there. I think someone left a little early.
Flag down at the 33. And it's going against Central. 5-yard penalty. So they're 7th of the game. 16 penalties. What is this, the NFL?
I haven't seen any roughing the passer, though.
No. I don't think that rule carries down to high school. Handed off to Goosen on 1st and 15, and he'll plug away forward for a couple. Will Kobe Goosen.
And McAdams going off for Kelly Walsh. Looks like he's holding his left hand or wrist or something. He's off the field, and he looks like he's in some pain.
Just a yard for Goosen. It'll be 2nd and 14 from their own 31-yard line. Kelly Walsh fans stomping, shaking this side of the field. McCleary rolling out to the far side. McCleary, nobody open. He'll find a man. Nope, he'll throw it to the sideline, and it's incomplete.
Had a man on the sideline, but it was guy on the bench well out of bounds.
I think it was Nathaniel Talich, the backup quarterback, making the catch. 29 pass attempts for Dawson McCleary here in this one. It's 3rd and 14. That stops the clock with 6:48 to go.
It's kind of going back and forth. The Central throws the pick. Kelly Walsh has the momentum. Kelly Walsh gives it back on downs, but then the penalty. It's like Central's in a hole. It's just not like anyone can really kind of take over here in this fourth quarter right now.
Big 3rd down from their own 31. McCleary pitches it back to Goosen. Goosen getting to the edge, cuts it back up, head of steam, and he runs over a Kelly Walsh defender well short of the 1st down, but a nice powerful run off the right side up to the 39-yard line for 8 yards for Kobe Goosen.
Gives, good hard run there. Probably a good safe call for Central. You don't want to make a mistake down here. Now, let's see if they can get the punt off and maybe flip some field position here.
8-yard run, 4th down for the Indians.
And if you're Kelly Walsh here, I think they're lining up like there's a whole lot of guys coming after this one.
Back deep to receive, a good snap to Vitae, straight on kick, high, short kick that's angled out of bounds on the far side of the field. Where will they mark it out at?
It's going to be at about 32. Nope.
30. Where is that? Holy cow, at the 40-yard line.
Wow.
It looked like it landed just barely out of bounds at about where you said, about the 32. So a break for KW. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 40. Still trailing at 17-10. 6:01 left to play in the football game on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Kelly Walsh really had some momentum going. They scored the first 10 points of the second half. That momentum has been slowed. Coventry will hand it off to Wilson, and probably should have kept it himself. He is wrapped up on the far side of the field. Not much there for Spencer Wilson. He'll lose a yard back to the 39, and he's down.
Looks like he's holding his leg or his knee. Boy, I hope that's not serious, but it doesn't look real good right now.
Jackson Thomas with the stop, and the Kelly Walsh trainer will go out and check Spencer Wilson. Spencer Wilson, he is the leading rusher tonight with 57 yards on the ground unofficially. And he's on the far side of the field, and he's not getting up anytime soon. So we'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. 5:47 left to play in this one. Central leads 17-10 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Welcome back, everybody, as Spencer Wilson being helped off the field. He's walking under his own power.
Yeah, but a little gingerly, and and with a little bit of help from the trainers.
He is not in a good way, I'll tell you that much. A lot of pain. And Cole Kraus will fill in for him on 2nd down and 11 from their own 39-yard line for the Trojans. Clock will wind. Here in the fourth quarter. Coventry in the shotgun, one wide out to each side. Straight drop back for Coventry. Coventry being pressured. Coventry's going to be brought down, spun down back inside the 30-yard line on the sack for the Indians.
Can't see the number.
Might have been Tanner Bullock getting in there.
58.
58, that is Val Hurd. He's had a huge game as well. That is a loss from the 39 back to the 28, loss of 11 for Coventry. Big play on the sack. And then, do we have an unsportsmanlike conduct? Oh, sideline warding on Central. Yeah, I thought I saw a flag come up on the far side. No doubt a lot of excitement after that sack, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 22 for Kelly Walsh. Tyler Whiteley bringing the play in to Sage Coventry.
And, you know, it's still a lot of time, but, man, that time's starting to tick, and looks like Kelly Walsh kind of being a little deliberate here. They got to start watching that clock here pretty soon.
Approaching 5 minutes to go. 2 wide to the right side, 1 to the left. Play clock is winding down for Coventry, who's going to have to get this one off. Coventry looking to pass. Coventry looking over the middle. He's got a man there through the hands, and is it intercepted? No, almost picked off at midfield by the Indians. I think that was Andrew Johnson that almost picked it off. It'll be 4th and 22 for Kelly Walsh.
Tyler Whiteley was wide open, Keith, but he's listed at 5'11". He needed to be about 6'5" if he was going to come down with that one.
7 straight incompletions after completing his first 2 of the second half for Coventry. Vite and Langley back deep to receive the punt from Javon Davis. Low liner hits around midfield and will take a Kelly Walsh bounce inside the 40-yard line at the 38. 1st and 10. Indians have it at their own 38-yard line. 4:49 left to play. Central leads it on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard, 17-10. Actually, the 39-yard line is where they will spot it. Can't think of too many games left going on. We're pushing 9:30 right now. Man, that first quarter went by in a flash. 1st and 10 Indians. Goosen to the left of McCleary, handed off to Goosen. Right up the middle, Goosen's got a big hole. He's at midfield before he's brought down. Kobe Goosen with another big gainer to the 48 of Kelly Walsh and a pickup of 13 yards.
Number 30, Kobe Goosen with the first down for the Indians.
His 27th carry of the night.
Wow. I don't get to see high school football much, and especially here in the capital city. I know that the 136 has to be a career high. The carries has to be a career high too, I would think.
It's got to be close. 2 wide to each side as Central be content to run some clock. Vite in motion from right to left, handed off to Goosen again up the middle. Goosen pushes it forward to the 43-yard line, a gain of 5 for Kobe Goosen. Clock will tip under 4 minutes left to play in the football game on the next snap. Cole Kraus with the stop. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the KW 43-yard line. Trojans looking for a stop, looking for a turnover as they trail 17-10 to the Indians. Shotgun for McCleary, 2 wide to the left side. Goosen to his right. Brady Storbo from left to right in motion.
Uh-oh.
Looks like we're going to have a flag straight up the middle. Any flags?
Well, I thought Storbo took off upfield too soon. I thought it was going to be an illegal motion penalty, but I don't see a flag there.
3 yards for Goosen. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Central. 3:25 left to go in the football game. I believe Kelly Walsh has all of its timeouts left. Goosen to the left of McCleary, 3 wide receivers to the left side. And looks like Central will take a timeout. With 3:09 left to play in the football game, it is Central 17, Kelly Walsh 10. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Indians. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. I've run out of spots for Goosen's carries.
I know.
Big third down coming up for the Central offense. They need 2 yards from the Kelly Walsh 40-yard line. I'd say they probably have 2 cracks at it with 3:09 left to play, leading 17-10 up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard.
And I think, and if I'm Central, I mean, it's been all Goosen. I keep giving the kid the ball here.
Kelly Walsh is stacking the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be McCleary. McCleary didn't get it.
Oh, I don't know.
He's at the 40. He needed to get to the 39, excuse me.
No, he didn't.
No gain on the play. It'll be 4th and a yard.
Quarterback keeper. Stopped by number 52, Gavin Thomas.
Gavin Thomas again, Gags.
That kid's been all over the field tonight.
4th and 1 for for Central. Clock winding down. 2.5 minutes left to play.
If I'm Central, I let this wind down and call it timeout.
Central going to call a timeout with 2:33 left to play in the football game, leading 17-10. We'll take another 30-second break. 4th and 1 coming up for the Indians here on KFBC. Fourth and a yard for the Indians from the Kelly Walsh 40-yard line. Just 2:33 left to play here in the football game. Central leading 17-10 up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Keith Kelly, Robert Gagliardi here with you. Colorado Rockies have clinched a playoff spot with a 5-2 win over the Washington Nationals. East beat Laramie this evening, 31-14. South fell to Sheridan, 49-6. Goosen behind McCleary, who's in the pistol. Kelly Walsh think and run. Hand it up. Nope, they're going to go wide open over the middle, and it's through the hands of Brady Storbo. Wide open. They had a perfect play call, and it falls incomplete. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and it was. I mean, everyone was stacked there. There was no one playing even, within 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and Storbo just had it go through his hands. It was thrown a little hard, but that's a catch that Storbo has to make. And
he knew it.
Yeah, and he knew it. You're exactly right.
He knew it. So Kelly Walsh takes over at their own 40 with 2:29 left to play in the football game. They haven't done much here in the second. Well, they scored the first 10 points, but had good field position. Decent field position here. Can they go 60 yards in 2:29 to try and tie it up? Shotgun, Coventry. Drops back to pass. Coventry hit as he throws. The ball goes backwards. It's picked up by the Trojans. Coming up, that is Cole Kraus. Picks up the loose ball, and he'll get right back to the 35-yard line. So a loss of 5 on the play. But what a stick by the Indians.
Oh, he just got absolutely drilled. And Kraus is lucky that he was around and he was alert. He still, should have been about a loss of maybe 10 or more. Really was only about a loss of 5, but boy, a big hit there by the Indians.
Back to the 35-yard line. 2nd and 15, clock under 2 minutes to play. Coventry in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Coventry looking, he's got a man open, it's caught and quickly dropped for a gain of 4 and a timeout to Davion McAdam. Timeout Kelly Walsh as McAdam makes his second grab of the night. 3rd and 11 coming up. 1:42 left to play in the football game. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to high school football here on KFBC. 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Trojans. They'll have 2 downs to try and pick up a first down with 1:42 left to play. It's 17-10, Central leading Kelly Walsh on the Terrell Center scoreboard. Coventry, the quarterback. No Brock Spiegelberg for Kelly Walsh. Didn't make the trip up. Kraus to the left of Coventry on 3rd and 11. Quick drop back, and the pass intended on the far side of the field for Javon Davis, but it's well short. And it's 4th and 11. This is the football game.
This is it right here.
Ball at their own 39. They've got to get up to midfield to the Trojans. And it's like head coach John Vance giving the play call to his quarterback, Sage Coventry. Taking some time, getting the play call in. 1:38 left to go. Coventry in the shotgun. Play clock is winding down. Long drop back. He's looking near side. He's got a man open. It is caught, and that'll be a first down. Wow. Tyler Whiteley right at the sticks. He needed 11. He got 12 to the 49 of Central, and it's a first down.
Wow.
Wow is right. What a pass by Coventry. His best pass of the night. Whiteley's second grab. And it's just barely into Central territory. 1st and 10. Kelly Walsh clock stopped with 1:31 to go. Trojans looking for the potential tying score. Shotgun, here comes Central with the blitz. Near side, it's caught by Whiteley again. He'll stay in bounds as he gets up to the 46. Gain of just 3 on the play, and the clock is running. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Brought down by number 2, Ty Langley.
Ty Langley with the stop. Ball just short of the 45-yard line. It'll be, actually call it 2nd and 6. Coventry, and he throws it wide of his intended target, Davis. 3rd down and 6 for Kelly Walsh. Clock stops with 1:01 left to play in the football game. Just not a very good pass by Coventry. 3rd down. Ball just short of the 45-yard line of Central. 17-10, Indians lead. 1:01 left to play on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. Kraus to the left of Coventry, who drops back to pass. Pump fake. He's got a man open. It's Whiteley, but it's picked off. Picked off by the Indians, and that'll about do it as Nico Vite will make the interception.
Number 3, Nico Vite.
And wide open was Ty Whiteley, Gags, and he just underthrew him into the wind.
Underthrew him, and Vite was kind of playing center field there and did a good job. Made sure he caught the ball, and this one, that should pretty much do it now.
Vite with the pick. 2nd interception thrown by Coventry. And that should just about do it, as you said. Ball at their own 20-yard line with 54 seconds left to play in the football game. I think Kelly Walsh might have 1 timeout left, as Dawson McCleary will go under center, kneel down, and a timeout going to be called by Kelly Walsh with 51 seconds left to play in this one. Gags, we'll just keep it right here as Kelly Walsh takes I think that's their final timeout.
Should be their final one.
And a couple more kneel downs should just about do it in Central.
Well, they found a way to finish, Keith. It wasn't pretty, and I'm sure Coach Apodaca would like, clean a few things up, but it's a big step in the right direction from last week and even a couple weeks prior to that against Rock Springs. They found a way to finish. Again, not pretty, but they climbed over that hurdle, and that was a big one for them.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the pregame show. You go back to the Rock Springs game, which they lost in overtime, 14-8. Should have won that game a couple of different times in overtime. The game last week against Laramie, leading 19-0 at the half. probably felt they should have won the game. Laramie scores with 27 seconds left. I mean, you throw in this one, coulda, shoulda, woulda. They could be 4-2 heading into East next week. Instead, looks like they're going to be 2-4 with a couple more kneel downs.
But 2-4 coming off a win, and a little momentum. Look, East is very good, and you've seen a lot of strange things in these East Central games, but a very much needed win here for the Indians.
Kneel down by McCleary. Bring up 3rd down at the 18. As one more snap should probably do it, as the Indians and Dawson McCleary will let it tick down just a little bit further. 25 seconds, and McCleary will take the snap at some point with the play clock is winding down, and that's going to do it. The Central Indians are going to pick up the win in this one. The final score, as the teams will meet at midfield to shake hands in what was a pretty good football game. Central takes care of the Kelly Walsh Trojans. Your final score, 17-10 on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We will take a timeout and come back with your postgame show following these messages. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC. Welcome back, everybody, to Risky Field. Keith Kelly here with you as the Central Indians have won for the second time this year with a 17-10 win over the Kelly Walsh Trojans. Central jumped out 14-0 at the half for what looked like was going to be a pretty smooth win for them, but Kelly Walsh comes back, takes advantage of a punting miscue and another special teams play that gave them good field position. They would score 10 points in the third quarter to pull within 14-10, but Central, just 2 plays into the fourth quarter, would tack on a field goal by Tegan Tippett from 23 yards out to ice the game, and the interception by Nico Vite late really put the game away. Second one thrown by Sage Coventry as the Indians win 17-10 up on the Terrell Auto Center scoreboard. We will take a timeout, come back with your final stats after this. You're listening to the Prep Game of the Week here on KFBC.